when you look back on your own life, telling stories, for instance, it seems hard, didn't have hot water, would have to get bathed in the sink in the kitchen, or even in a tin bath. Do you remember that? The old-fashioned tin bath, the sort of thing you see on Victorian dramas. And I sometimes worry that my son has it easy because he doesn't seem to have to suffer in the way that I suffered. But I didn't think I was suffering. I was perfectly fine, to be honest. It was just normal life. And I was thinking, what would be good advice for him? And someone suggested to me that good advice for people generally is to do hard things. Is to do things which feel like they're difficult at the time, but they're within your capacity. Okay, well, in the sense of mental health wizard and anxiety wizard, what's a hard thing? Well, a hard thing is going against the fear. The fear that you experience is a chimera, it's an image, it's a fantasy. I know it feels real and it is real fear, but the reason it exists is a fantasy. Your brain is overestimating the threat you're under, as you well know, and therefore the fear that you experience is not calibrated to reality. So in the context of what we do with self-help CBT, doing a hard thing is going against the fear that you feel. Or doing a hard thing is going out to that event. Doing a hard thing is going for a walk. Doing a hard thing is restraining yourself from eating something that is not good for you. Doing a hard thing is doing the work. And the reason we want to do hard things is because we want to build capacity. The more you do a hard thing, the stronger you get. So if you were to go to the gym and lift some heavy weights, you break down the muscles, you build the muscles up. Doing a hard thing like lifting heavy weights is actually good for your system. And I think it's good for our psychological system to do hard things. Push yourself and challenge yourself, because that way you get more capacity. And if you look back on your life, as I was just looking back on my life, right? I was in short pants till I was 11, and my wife, who's Canadian, says, but it was cold out, snow on the ground, I'm playing in the snow in short pants. It didn't bother me in the slightest because I didn't know any different, okay? So when you look back, you realize that you could do things then that you wouldn't even think about, you wouldn't even dream about doing now because it would just seem crazy, right? But you have more capacity and more ability in you. But when we start allowing anxiety and depression to take control over us, and we start making decisions based upon those problems, in the sense that we start making decisions based on fear, we start making decisions based on feeling not good enough, we start making decisions based on what our body is actually feeling, then we stop making hard decisions and we start making easy decisions. And easy decisions will always take you one way, either to your bedroom or your bed or your house. They'll always take you the path of least resistance, and therefore your comfort zone will get smaller and smaller, and eventually it will take you to your bedroom. That's as bad as, well, I have known people whose comfort zone was their closet. They would sit in the closet and drink a cup of tea. That was their comfort zone. But that's pretty small. It's hard to get smaller than that. So my exhortation is do hard things. You have more capacity than you imagine you do, and every time you do a hard thing, you get stronger. And every time you do an easy thing, in principle, you get a little bit weaker, certainly if it's based on fear or depression. Thanks for taking the time to watch and listen.